You're watching what authorities say is credit card fraud in action. How to protect yourself coming up.
Plus, several firefighters injured in a crash last night are out of the hospital. We'll have the latest on their conditions.
These chairs are empty because Bergen Independent School is out early for Christmas because of sickness.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 5:30.
Good evening. A Central Kentucky school is out for the holidays. Bergen Independent in Mercer County canceled classes today. They'll also remain closed until the new year after many students have been calling in sick.
And now their goal is to get the school clean and children healthy again. WKYT's Jerica Insko talked to school officials in our top story at 5:30.
The superintendent tells me this is the first time Bergen Independent has closed because of illness. Now, with 20% of their students out sick yesterday, they decided to go on Christmas break early, which is why all of these seats are empty. There are just over 500 students here at Bergen Independent from preschool to 12th grade. And now many of those students are dealing with everything from the flu to strep throat.
I was hoping that it wouldn't hit us.
The superintendent says students have seemingly passed sicknesses around to each other, which has put their janitors in motion.
They've been sanitizing the building.
It all started last week when the school's attendance numbers started dropping. By Friday, they had gone back up to 90%, giving school officials hope. But then 86% on Monday, decreasing to 80% on Tuesday, forced them to close their doors.
We just felt that we did not need to expose any more of our students to the germs.
It's not great timing, closing with lots of year-end activities going on.
We have the holiday parties and, like you said, exams.
But in the end, their students and their health, those are their priorities. And learning while they're sick.
They don't feel well, they're not at 100%.
Well, that's not the learning environment they want for their students. School officials hope after a long Christmas break that students come back healthy and get the attendance back up to around 96% where it usually is. In Mercer County, Jerica Insko, WKYT.
And tonight we are learning that Bell Point Baptist Church in Frankfort will close tonight because of illness. Anderson County and Lawrence County schools will also close for the rest of the week.
One man is dead tonight after a fire in Clay County. The Clay County coroner says that 49-year-old Matthew Collins died in the fire. We're told the fire started about 4:30 this morning at a home just south of Manchester. Collins' brother was taken to UK hospital. Firefighters say Collins was trapped inside the home and never made it out.
Upon arrival of the fire department, we found the house fully engulfed, and speaking to some people, some family members, they told us that there was a individual still trapped in the second floor of the home.
Firefighters say Collins' brother tried to get in through the roof to save him.
Several Anderson County firefighters injured in a crash last night are now out of the hospital. That crash happened near Alton Station in Lawrenceburg about 7 last night. The firefighters were on their way to help another crew when their fire truck ran off the road and hit a tree. WKYT Sean Moody has the latest on their conditions.
These firefighters were on their way to help someone else, but they became the victims when their truck crashed. Today, all 6 of them were out of the hospital. The firefighters were heading to a wreck around 6:30 Tuesday night when the accident happened. Battalion Chief Chris Harrod said it appeared one of the truck's tires slipped off the edge of the narrow road, and then the truck slammed into a heavy tree branch. That branch was big enough to come through the cab and peel back the metal roof. 5 of the firefighters were sent to Frankfort Regional Medical Center. The firefighter who was sitting in the front passenger seat, the officer's chair, was trapped. This truck carries the jaws of life, and his fellow firefighters used those to get him out. He was sent to UK hospital. By midnight, all 6 of them had been released from the hospital.
They're professional firefighters. We're a volunteer department, but they train just as hard as any other department, paid department, in the state of Kentucky.
And Harrod says they've moved another truck here to Station 2, so they'll be covered for now. In Anderson County, Sean Moody, WKYT.
Firefighters from neighboring counties covered for the station until they were able to get back to work. Well, it just keeps getting colder and colder, and we are gearing up for some possible snow by the end of the week.
That's what it sounds like. CP News' Chris Bailey's tracking those chances, and Chris, are you thinking about much snow at all, really?
No, I think for the most part over the next 24 hours, guys, just a little light snow and flurry action. A little better shot maybe for some areas as we go into our Saturday, but it is a reminder that, yes, it is December and it is winter after all, and really it's just getting started. Temperatures low 30s this afternoon, mostly cloudy skies throughout the entire region. Coldest spot is up in northern Kentucky. Covington checking in at an even 30, 33 here in Lexington and Frankfort. Live first alert defender that earlier this morning, Micah tracking some flurries and snow showers into parts of northern Kentucky. Still some clouds out there. Notice the little sliver of some clearing, and it is decreasing as clouds begin to pick back up from the west and southwest, being pushed by a lot of moisture in the form of rain, sleet, freezing rain, and snow from the Ozarks into parts of Missouri and Kansas. Some of that is going to try to head in here. It's going to be decreasing, though, by the time it rolls across central and eastern Kentucky, so just a few snowflakes around for many of us tomorrow. Not a big deal. Still keeping an eye on that weekend system from Friday night into Saturday and the longer range for Christmas Eve that is now into that 7-day window, guys, with a chance for some snow. We'll run them all down for you coming up.
The search continues for the person who burglarized a Lexington home overnight. It happened at a home on Pinewood Court off of Old Todd's Road. The homeowner says someone broke out a window to get inside. Police say the burglar stole a gaming system and some cash. An animal shelter destroyed in a fire has a tentative reopening date. Officials with the Knox-Whitley Animal Shelter hope to have their new building ready by February 1st. The Corbin Times-Tribune reports the shelter needs donations to get the work done, including paint, ceiling tiles, insulation, and trim. The fire happened back on November 29th of last year, killing more than 30 animals.
Sheriff's deputies are trying to track down a man who they say assaulted 6 people. Our county-by-county coverage begins in Grant County. A Cincinnati state TV station is reporting that a bus driver spotted the assault at a home in Crittenton this morning. Police say a grandmother and several special needs children were assaulted outside the home. Police believe the person that assaulted them was Eric Unthank, who took off. The grandmother, a 21-year-old, and 7-year-old were taken to the hospital. A nearby school was put on lockdown while police searched for Unthank. In Anderson County, a man is behind bars after police say he tried to kill a woman. The Anderson News reports Leslie Scott Hatchett pushed a woman out of his car and then ran over her. It happened on Ballard Road in Lawrenceburg. The woman became trapped under the car and was dragged down the road. We're told that Hatchett tried to run her over a second time. She was airlifted to UK Hospital with serious injuries. Hatchett is charged with attempted murder.
We have a story now that drives home the point that you should be checking your credit card statement online as often as you can. Otherwise, ID thieves can walk away with your credit card information without you ever knowing it. You are looking at surveillance video from top retailers showing what authorities say is fraud in action. One man is about to go on a shopping spree with someone else's credit card. The way he did it is frighteningly easy in this era of identity theft.
Victims who had their identities in essence taken from them, where you have an individual who adds himself as a authorized user, receives a card issued in that person's name, and goes on shopping sprees, and which also included cash advances.
Victims often don't find out their accounts were hijacked until they receive their next statement. But there is another clever layer to this scheme.
Victims were not receiving statements because of change of address.
Suspects would add themselves on the credit card account as an additional user and make a change of address, so victims were not immediately alerted to problems. In this case, the man made good use of time purchasing electronics like smartphones, a laptop, Michael Kors purses, even a 65-inch television.
The vast majority of a lot of the transactions were cash advances, where the suspect was actually able to go into different banking institutions and obtain cash advances.
There are 10 victims so far with losses exceeding $25,000, but investigators are convinced both numbers could grow. Some advice from postal inspectors: regularly check your credit card accounts online. Don't rely on paper statements. Also, most importantly, monitor your credit as often as possible.
Anybody can become a victim.
And with holiday shopping in full force, postal inspectors emphasize the importance of checking credit card statements and balances online on a daily and a weekly basis. They also encourage all consumers to get a free credit check once a year.
Hey, Lexington Heating Company is helping make several families' homes warmer this winter. Up next, we'll tell you how the company is helping those in need.
I'm Bill Bryant. The state education commissioner seeks the right to merge county school systems when they face major problems. And Rand Paul supporters react online after Jeb Bush starts exploring a White House run. The bottom line is coming up.
And coming up at 6, just days after losing their home to a fire, a Southern Kentucky family is now dealing with another loss.